And welcome back to WCCF Tech TV, everyone. This is Keith again, and thanks to Sapphire, we already have the final numbers for the Radeon RX Vega 64, but all three editions of the RX Vega 64, in fact, including the limited edition, the standard edition, and the liquid cooled edition. So we've already know plenty enough about the RX Vega 64, but let's go ahead and see where these final numbers land. Okay, looking at both air-cooled models, they have the both same specifications as far as their core clocks, base clock, boost, the memory size, everything else. But let's take a look at these real quick. It's featuring the Vega XT graphics processor with a base clock of 1247 megahertz. Now it has a boost clock of 1546 megahertz, which is what its typical boost clock is going to be rated at, and it has a max clock with DPM7 mode, and that's going to be 1630. So that's its maximum boost mode. So you see where it's going to start at, where it's going to hover around, and then a best case scenario maximum boost. Now of course we do know it's 64 compute units, henceforth the name, with 4096 stream processors, with the memory coming in at 945 megahertz, and that's at 8 gigabytes of HBM2 with a 2048-bit bus on there. So that is the core and the memory. That's the gist of the Radeon RX Vega 64. Now the other interesting thing to note here is there's been a lot of question about multi-GPU support, and it appears that Crossfire support is listed for bridgeless up to 4 GPUs. So you're looking at quad Crossfire here. As far as support for that in games and everything, anything past 2 has been kind of spotty, so it's definitely going to be a benchmark run is what most of these are going to be running for whenever you're running that, or exceptionally high resolution monitors. But it's really cool to see all of these numbers come in. Now, of course, the liquid cooled is a bit faster on the core with a base clock of 1406 with a typical boost clock of 1677 and a maximum boost clock of 1750 megahertz. So that's good to see there. A nice little bump on that, actually. But it doesn't say anything else about TDP or what have you on there. And it doesn't appear that they have listed any aftermarket Sapphire Nitro models or Vapor X. It would be really cool to see a Vapor X here. I think this is a good opportunity to see a return of the Vapor X design, but it's not listed here. So it does say the availability will be on August 14th, and it does actually list some performance numbers. So performance-wise, it does show Battlefield 1. Now these do appear to be quite possibly AMD's marketing graphs. It's showing the RX Vega 64 in Battlefield 1 against the Fury X, showing a range of 23 to 35% faster depending on resolution. So the lowest variations at 1080p and the highest is at 4K. And then it shows a Doom 3440 by 1440 compared to the Fury X as well as the GTX 1080, and it's showing an improvement of 30 to 36% over the Fury X in Doom ultra-wide 1440p. So interesting to see some early numbers starting to come out. Of course, these are marketing numbers, so you know, take these with a grain of salt and hold out for full reviews of these graphics cards. And they should be out in just a few days, so it's looking exciting for people. You know, if you're out there, if you're a Radeon fan. Otherwise, it looks like it could bring some good competition, which may drive prices down, or may at least stabilize prices. With the the mining situation is still ongoing, even though the prices have, or the difficulty has risen astronomically. But either way, this has been Keith with WCCF Tech TV. If you found this video entertaining or informative whatsoever, feel free to leave a like and a subscribe and a comment if you have something to say, and we will catch you in the next video.